Oh, wobbly camera. How's it going? I've got an interesting idea for a quick video. I've done nothing today. Been waiting for a parcel all day for Robin to arrive. Can't reach the mouse with this thing. But I just dumped a few photographs from our California 2026 holiday. We went to LA and San Diego. I thought this could be fun. I'm going to put 5 seconds duration between the photos and just try and quickly explain what on earth is going on and where we are. Just a random selection. They are in order, so I kind of know what's going on. But let's get this party started here. Here we go. Right, so that's Robin at the airport with, we're mucking around. We've stuffed something on his head already. I spotted our airline pilot. Well, we have one there. That's cool. You get the camera on inside the it's quite hard at 5 seconds. The camera inside the plane. That's LA. No, that's not. That's Vegas from the air. We managed to catch that. That's up the top of the observatory. First night we got there, looking down to LA, and there's Robin and Debbie looking at the telescope, or to the telescope, and there we are. Oh, nice pink shirt, I like that. Big nose. Big nose there, never mind. That's the scene from the Terminator. I remember because I wanted to get the shot from the Terminator when Arnold's coming towards us. Glendale, first night we're in Glendale. This is quite hard. That's the Friends sofa, not the original, but that's a Friends sofa that you can sit on. You get a photo shoot and they try and make you pay money. And there's Debbie outside the Friends sofa. So that's Warner Brothers studio tour, and they're getting surrounded with letters from Harry Potter there. A big boy, the original big boy in Burbank, with a little boy and a big boy, and there's the little boy looking a bit bigger there. Big Adam's apple there, Robin. Inside we're choosing our food. That's the bus to the Dodgers game. That was the first day as well, and there we are up at the Dodgers game. None of us have the suitable attire on. None of us have a Otani top or whoever was playing that day. That's Robin's bum going up to the stand. About 60,000 people can fit in there in the Dodgers stadium. And there we are, suffering with the sunlight. That's a bad photograph. Lovely. That's Paul Walker's grave. That's the following day. We went to Paul Walker, who died. We carried Ronnie James Dio. That's Ronnie James Dio. He invented the Maloik, the metal sign from the band Dio. That's Robin putting his hands into Arnold Schwarzenegger's hands. Jamie Lee Curtis, Scream Queen, 2022. Look at that. That's when she turned up. That's down the road on Hollywood Boulevard, and we're getting attacked in the pop store. And we're suddenly in Venice Beach, in Muscle Beach. You know, look, 2 years of training that Robin's put on there. We had a quick go in Muscle Beach. That's very niche. That's the Falling Down house, or that's the new one that's on the site from the film Falling Down. That's Universal Studios. Easy, lovely, nice easy one. That's a man in my photograph. That's Super Nintendo World, never mind. That's us on Jurassic World, the ride. Got soaked. That was the pop-up they had for the FanFest whilst we were there in Universal Studios Hollywood. That's Alfred Hitchcock's house, a bungalow. That's Debbie at the Jamie Lee Curtis point where she sits with a pumpkin on her. That's just up the road. So that's South Pasadena, and we're just on our way. Okay. That's some stained glass in South Pasadena. I just thought that was a nice colour. And that's Michael Myers' house, the original. They moved it down the road because someone was selling it and they needed the plot. Bought it for $1. That's Pee Wee Herman's house. That's me. Looks pretty cool there. Pretty real. Yeah, that's the Michael Myers hedge. That's a plant. Okay, this was going to be random. That is one of the roads in South Pasadena where they filmed Back to the Future. That's the oldest McDonald's in the world that still operates. It was the 3rd oldest ever opened. That's on the way down to Anaheim. So we must be heading to Disney. There we are. That's very cool. You can still get your food. That's Pointer Hills Mall, where Back to the Future was filmed. That's the back of the castle at Anaheim. So suddenly jumped today. That's the Winnie the Pooh ride. Oh look, we're very happy. You don't need these big super rides when you're in places like that. They're so much fun. That's the Disney 70th castle that they put up in the centre. We're having a break. That's a good break. 1610 Denny's. Heading to Denny's. Debbie on the phone. Debbie's on the phone in Toonland. Toonland. That's a pretty cool picture. Got my earrings in. I took my Disneyland Paris top to wear that night. That's Lightning McQueen. They had an excellent 70th display. And that's Debbie getting a photo with Daisy Duck. It's very sweet. I was taking a photo, so I'm taking a photo. That's our house in Anaheim. That was a lovely house. Fully recommended. That's Rise of the Resistance, but it broke down and we had to wait a little while. That's Robin being a bit cheeky with Robin on a bus. We must be on our way. Oh, that's Rhett. That's Rhett, the tortoise in San Diego where we stayed. That was her pet tortoise. He just hung out on the grass, and there he is again. He had that stuck in his mouth for ages. He was a lovely guy, lovely fella. That's downtown San Diego, down near the harbour, looking across to the Midway. That's on the Midway. The Midway is a massive floating museum. This is really difficult with 5 seconds to explain the photograph. That's Debbie chomping down some soup on the Midway, massive vat of it. That's sus, but that's a banana. That's a frozen banana with some peanuts on it. Back of a F-14 Tomcat. I'm getting good at this. Top Gun. They use that in Top Gun. That's La Jolla Beach. Yes, with all its pelicans, and it had crazy wildlife. A bit further down, they had all these massive seals. Not seals, those guys. Sea lions. They were so noisy. That was the king. He was in charge. That might be the Whaley House. We went to the most, yeah, that is the most haunted house. There's me in a hat, an army hat. Most haunted house in America. Yes, that's the Whaley House, definitely. Didn't feel anything weird or anything like that. That's Old Town, which is literally next to Whaley House, just like in the same area. It's basically an open theme park. That's a chipotle. That's a meal that Robin wanted, and that was lovely. That's the top of the world. That's on the way back to between San Diego on the coast. You can pull off and go up to this really nice sort of mountainous area. You can drive up there, so it's nice and accessible. And that's a cool photograph, isn't it? What is that? That's a car park. I think that's Target. We took a hairdryer back. That was fun. And there we are on the plane on the way home. Oh, it's pretty manic. Quite enjoyed that. Might have to do that again. But there you go, guys. That's literally it for the day. Yeah, if you enjoyed that, tap like and subscribe. There you go, something different. Well, not worth it. But hey ho, all good fun. Take care. See you again.